Hello students, welcome to today's social studies class, second chapter. So in the last class we have studied about the energy from the sun. In the last class we discussed about how the greenhouse is used to grow the plants, how extreme sunlight is coming from the sun and what kinds of rays are coming. So I have told you in the last class that how the radiation takes place along with the solar. So what are the rays which are coming along with this? They are ultraviolet rays, radio waves, X-rays, which are very harmful to our skin, but they are used in many medical equipments which are helping us to find out the internal organs of human body. So let us see how the sun energy which is coming directly on the earth, how much of it is being used and how much of it is released to the space. So you can observe here, if the sunlight is coming, here we are going to know about the sun's rays, how the sun's rays are falling on the earth and the earth's surface, how they are being reflected and how much percentage of energy is being used here. So how we are feeling this kind of atmosphere, what kind of reflections takes place with the sunlight. Do you experience the hotness in the summer? Yes. But what are the reasons for that? Let us continue our class with some of the video clips and some of the drawings explaining you, giving you the all information how the sunrise is absorbed by the earth and lands and how much percentage is reflected into the space. So we can see here, we can see the picture of sun and how much percentage of sunlight is falling on the earth. For example, we will take it as 100% of sunlight is falling on the earth surface. So when it is falling on the earth surface, some 6% is reflected by atmosphere. We can observe here, you can see the 6% reflected by atmosphere. What is atmosphere? Atmosphere is the surrounding air which is present in the upper surroundings of any planet. Even other planets also have atmosphere. So it is what is there in the atmosphere? Dust particles, air, different kinds of gases are present in the atmosphere. So what they do, they absorb this heat. So we can see this atmosphere absorbs 6% of the heat which is coming from the sun. And then 20%, as you know, in the process of rain, water cycle, we have learned how the clouds are formed with the process of evaporation and condensation. So these clouds also absorb the sun heat which is coming. So do you experience when it is cloudy, it doesn't feel very hot? So we can say yes, the clouds have covered the sun, now we can't feel the extreme hotness of the sun. So this is what actually 20% of the sunlight is absorbed by the clouds, and as you know, clouds contain the moisturizer in it, so it absorbs the moisturizer, the dust particles, moisturizer present in the clouds absorb the 20% of sun rays. Then again coming to the next part, reflected from earth's surface. As you know, earth's surface is not even everywhere. It has mountains, plains, plateaus, so the reflection takes place in different angles. So due to this reflection, here 4% of earth's surface reflects due to its elevations and the shape of the earth. So what do you say? For example, here one mountain is there. Take one mountain. So if the sunlight is falling here like this, it is definitely reflected like this. Do you think the other half of the mountain will receive the same heat that one part of the mountain is receiving? This is what happens at the time of a reflection from the mountains, plains, plateaus and they differently reflect the sun rays from the elevation of its land. Now here you can see 4% is reflected in this form. Now you can observe here 51% is being absorbed by land and ocean. Do you think land and ocean absorb in the same way? For example, do one experiment. Take a glass full of water or a bowl full of water and a bowl full of sand. Place these two into hot sun. Measure the time, take 15 minutes and go and fetch the water and the sand you kept in the hot sun. Which will become very heat quickly? Yeah, you can observe after the experiment that the sand is getting quickly heated compared to the water. So this experiment proves that land gets heated faster and cools down very faster compared to the water. But if you wait for a long period of time, the water which you kept in the hot sun will become extreme hot and it remains hot for a period of time. That means it doesn't get quickly heated and doesn't get quickly cooled. So this is the nature of water and land. So that is what actually 71% of our earth is filled with water. So the water is being taking a long period of time to become hot and a long period of time to become cool. But the land immediately absorbs. But do you think that the land just keep the all heat which is absorbing it with it? What happened to the land? How does the land balance its heat? So here I will explain you. For example, this is land. And here the air which is near it is very heat. 51% of the heat is absorbed by the land here. So the air, what is here? Air. This air gets heated by the land which is in contact with the land. Have you ever experienced when your mother puts something in the vessel? When you go close to that vessel, you can experience the hotness of the vessel. In the same way, if the land, even in the summer when you remove your slippers and you walk on the land, it is extremely hot. That is what the heating of land. How does it cools down? So the air which is closer to the land, it gets heated, and as you know, hot air goes up. Hot air goes up, and the air which is in the height, it is extremely cool, because as you know, as the height increases, the temperature decreases. Already you have learned in the previous classes. So these hot air goes up, and the air which becomes cool here, that slowly due to the density or pressure in that air, this cool air comes down, and again this place which was filled with the hot air is vacated now, and this place is occupied by the hot air, by the cool air. Again this cool air will become heated, it will close up. Like this atmosphere get cooled with this process of air becoming heat. Even you can observe when your mother cooks something very hot and she wants to serve in your box, what she will do? Keep it under fan, she will say. That means the air regulates the temperature of any hot object. So here land is also hot. So this in this form, the atmosphere just balance it heat, and when the extreme heat it is released into the space. You can see here radiation directly to the space. The sum of the part is directly to the space from Earth. It is sent to the space with this form of heating of land and air. The heat is transferred again to the space. So now here absorbed by atmosphere is 16%. Some part is absorbed by the atmosphere. 3% the clouds are absorbed, and conductivity convection and raising air. Just now I said convection and raising air, 7% this process, the heat is reduced. Now you can see how much a percentage of sunlight is falling on the earth. We calculated that 100%. Now just calculate this. If you add the amount of reflection, let us add 6 plus 20, 26. 26 plus 4, 30. So up to here 30% is reflected. So this 30% and coming here 64% plus 6 is equal to 70. If you add 70 plus 30, it is the total amount of 100%. How much sunlight is being absorbed by the how much percentage of sunlight fall on the earth, the same amount is reflected into the space. So only some part which is used also it emits and sent to the space. That is the reason the earth remains constantly at a particular temperature for a long period of time. Otherwise, for example, let us believe the sun is not at all reflecting the heat to the space. Let us believe like that. So now what will happen? For example, 51% of heat is absorbed by the soil or land. So now what will happen? Today 50% and the heat is not sent to the space. Again tomorrow 50%. The temperature of the land is increasing day by day and it will become horrible for the human beings to survive on the land. So that is the reason by this picture we can say that the earth is reflecting one part to the space. So let us better understand with one of the video I will show you. So up to this you have understood what I have explained. Now you can better understand with this one video.
Which means 100% of sun rays are hitting the exosphere, the first and the outermost layer of the atmosphere. Now, while passing through the layers of atmosphere, some amount of energy is reflected, scattered and absorbed, and only the remaining part reaches the Earth's surface. So, 35% of sun rays are reflected back to space, even before reaching the Earth's surface. So, this 35% of reflected radiation is called albedo of the Earth. In other words, albedo means how much of the sun's energy is reflected back into space. Now, as the remaining 65% sun rays enters the atmosphere, 14% of it is absorbed within the atmosphere by water vapor, dust particles and other atmospheric gases. Now, the remaining 51% of sun rays is actually absorbed by the Earth's surface. I hope till here it is clear. Now, it's time for the Earth to radiate back the 51% of heat which is received from the sun. In other words, it's time for terrestrial radiation. So this time the heat travels in vertical manner and there is a term given to it. It's called convection. So as the heat rises, 34% of the heat will be absorbed again by the atmosphere, which includes water vapor, dust particles, horizontal air movement and other atmospheric gases. The remaining 17% of the heat is radiated to space directly. If you notice, in total 48% of heat is absorbed by the atmosphere, that is 34% from terrestrial radiation and 14% from incoming solar energy. And this 48% of heat absorbed by the atmosphere is also radiated back into space. Now the total radiation is 48 plus 17 is equal to 65%. And if you remember in the beginning, we saw that 65% of heat makes it into the atmosphere. So what we can conclude from this calculation is that if the amount of heat received in the form of insolation equals the amount lost by the Earth through terrestrial radiation, which in this case we found it to be equal, that means the Earth maintains its temperature, or in other words, the Earth neither warms up too much nor cools down too much, despite the huge transfer of heat that takes place.
So that is what this video explain you clearly how the amount of sunlight which is released from the sun, absorbed by the sun, is again released into the space. Now land and water contrast. So how does the heat which is absorbed by the land is different from the water? I explained you with an experiment. I told you that land get heated very quickly and the water get heated slowly. The land get cooled very quickly, but the water takes a long time to get cooled. So here we can observe that the temperature distribution over land and oceans are quite different and varying. I told you here. Now, heating of the atmosphere. How does the heating of atmosphere takes place? Also, I have explained you here. How does it get? The heat is absorbed by the atmosphere. Actually, the heat which is absorbed here, we can say that the heating of atmosphere, you may be surprised to know that the atmosphere or the air around us. What is atmosphere? I told you the air around us. It is not empty. The air contains the different types of gases in it, like nitrogen, carbon dioxide, oxygen, etc. So these, and along with this dust particles, even we can observe when the sunlight forms, we can see the small dust particles flying in the air. So even the small dust of the chalk piece is also mixed into the air. So nowadays many of the people are facing the dust allergy due to the excessive present of dust in the air. So in fact it actually allows the rays to pass through without being heated by them. The sun's rays first heat the earth's surface. I told you the sun heats the earth's surface. And how does the atmosphere helps to cool down the process, the cyclic process I have explained you. In the last class also I have explained you what is high pressure area and low pressure area. The cool air makes the high pressure area and the hot air place makes the low pressure area. And this is how. It is the nature of air. Already you have studied in science that it balance equals the atmospheric conditions, the heat, hot and coolness of the atmosphere. So you can see this is how Earth compared to degrees of heat altitudes of the atmosphere. So we can observe even the northern poles or southern poles also they transfer the currents in the form of even in the water also the same process takes place. Now you try to draw this picture in your books and there are some question and answers here you can observe. These question and answers you have to answer if you have textbook. That is your homework. If it is not there, then imagine what happens in the atmosphere, how the sunlight is reflected into the space. Make a picture of your own according to your understanding. That is today's homework. Thank you. See you again in the next class.